Let's pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the officers of leaders and county assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants, whom you've been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessings set upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country, and of those whose interests you've committed to our church. Amen. Senator Tam, kindly ring the quorum bell for 5 minutes. Honorable Lumumba, can you confirm if you have quorum?
The Speaker, I can confirm that we have quorum. Thank you.
Get you, Honorable Mup.
Okay?
I didn't get you.
I'm saying I can confirm to the House that you have enough quorum.
Take us through the order of the day.
Order paper number 455 of today, Wednesday, 19th August 2026 at 2:30 p.m. Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, we are privileged. You can take the next available seat. Honorable members, we are privileged to be joined today at the gallery by students of Moroni Success Comprehensive School in Moroni Sub-County. These students have been accompanied by their teachers, whom I will request that each of them will stand when called upon. You may rise just in your place at the public gallery. These teachers are Mr. Kindly, honorable members, when I call their names, you acknowledge them. Mr. Tom Adwek. We have got Mr. Pius Wagare, Mr. Emmanuel Isikulu, the MD Madam Dolphin Juma, and Mr. Bernard Kijana. Honorable members, on behalf of the Kisumu County Assembly and on my own behalf, I want to extend a warm and cordial welcome to the teachers and pupils, and I trust that their visit will be both educational and inspiring, and that it will enhance their understanding of the legislative process and the role of county assemblies in advancing devolution service delivery. As per our tradition, I will allow a few honorable members to extend their words of encouragement and goodwill to our guests. This is from Moroni Sub-County. I don't know the exact word, but I'm seeing Honorable Komudo is here from Moroni Koru ward. So Honorable Komudo, I will allow you a few minutes. Then after that one, I will give the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Narea, then finally the Leader of Majority. So 2 minutes each, Honorable Komudo.
Many thanks, Honorable Speaker. Again, many thanks to my fellow colleagues, the honorable members, and to the students of Moroni Success. Asanteni sana, and please feel welcome. Karibuni sana. Honorable Speaker, I would like to say one or two things regarding Moroni Success School. One of the best in my ward, directly in my ward, based in Moroni town, and one of the best for many years. Mwalimu Adwek Okeo, together with the other teachers, the head of the institution is Mr. Mwalimu Adwek Okeo, and with the students. Students, we welcome you to the County Assembly of Kisumu. This is an arm of the county government of Kisumu, under the national government of Kenya, of course. And inside the house, specifically, we deal with 3 aspects of the processes. Number 1, which is leading is the legislation, as we make rules for the county government of Kisumu. Number 2, it's about the representation, back where I come in as you are duly represented, representative, I mean. And then finally, we do oversight. Those are the 3 major roles of the County Assembly of Kisumu. Basically, you note that a number of members are not in. This is because we are spread in between. We have to come for the legislation. And at the same time, we do those other roles, including the representation. A number of us who are not here Others could still be making it. Others could have been filled in various wards as they serve the electorates as well. I want the students who are here to be very hopeful. I think Moroni's success has been one of the best. We also wish that someday you become a part of these processes. But that only begins with your early dreams as early as now. Actually, much more earlier. It should have been done like yesterday. But if it was not done yesterday, then let it be done today so that you start dreaming the process of the legislation. In the future leaders are you. You are the future leaders. After we are gone, you are going to take over. So please start dreaming about these processes and start building the rules. And the rules is that the ambition has to be there. Honorable Speaker, I don't have much to say. I am grateful that they have come to see the process. When you go back, you will see where your able member of the county assembly is ably representing you. Yours faithfully, Honorable Vitalis Oliokumudu. Karibuni sana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Allow me also once again welcome our boys and girls from Moroni Success, together with the teachers and the management of Moroni Success. Nothing much to say, just say welcome. Honorable Komudo has shared that his role here as your representative is to represent you. How does he represent you? Does he have views from you that he needs to share with the House so that it's made into law? Or a particular need, let's say a road that needs to be built, then you tell Honorable Komudo that, Honorable Komudo, this road is bad. Komudo will have it factored in, inapelekwa huko juu, watu wa executive, they bring it here, we pass the budget, and then Honorable Komudo will go back and inspect, not really expect, inquire whether the road was done to the standards that was prescribed. That's how Honorable Komudo represents you. Otherwise, let us not just tell you guys that we are representing you without consulting you. We need to represent your needs here. We don't allow us to come here and bring ideas of our own and say and claim that we are representing you. Otherwise, we are also saying that you're leaders of tomorrow, and I want to urge our young girls, boys and girls, be a leader at whatever level, but don't admire to become an MCA before your retirement or in your youth. It will frustrate you. You know, Honorable Komudo is telling you of 3 roles, but there are so many others that he's not talking about. And those ones actually are the scales that the electorate used to weigh whether Honorable Komudo is working or not. If he doesn't go to a funeral, he left us. If he doesn't pay rent, or do you pay rent in Moroni? If he doesn't pay Opsol bill for somebody whose wife gave birth to the hospital, then Honorable Komudo is bad. So I know the society puts a lot of expectations on honorable members. So those other roles that are not prescribed within the Constitution are usually the yard that the wananchi use to gauge the performance of the honorable members of this House. So read hard, build your professions, but if you have to be an honorable member of this House, then try to build your career first so that you can always have a landing base when the needs or the expectations of the wananchi become unreasonable. Otherwise, thank you and welcome once again to Kisumu County Assembly.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to welcome students of Moroni Success, together with their teachers. My name is Lumumba Wade. I'm the MCA representing Southeast Nyakash, and I'm also the deputy leader of majority in this assembly. Allow me, first of all, to appreciate you as a very able competitor to one of my schools, that is Nyabondo Boys Boarding. Just been for many years the competitor of Moroni Success and I think Shemele in the entire county. Is that not so? As a leader, I also, as a leader, I actually value education. And that's why I follow it very, very keenly. I know how you've been performing. I know how my school has been performing. But above all, you have come here to take up your studies and know how this assembly works, which you have been lectured a bit. I tend to differ with my colleague that you should not be MCS. Whatever is so wrong about being an MCA, it is up to us and you to correct and encourage you to be one. And in fact, in my view, I would encourage you to be in this house as young as possible. If you look at the history, most so in Nairobi, most of the people who started as councillors ended up becoming very, very active and respected members of National Assembly. That is when the position was respected and the integrity was maintained. But what is happening now in this country is just a shame. But we can still correct it. More so, the teachers. When I was a student, they used to have something called civic. I don't know what you call it now, maybe governance or something. If our children are properly educated and guided on the principles of governance, then we can change these manners where people believe that when you have money, you can be a leader, irrespective of whether your integrity is standing or not. And that deprives of the less fortunate able leaders to thrive to be leaders. Let us shun these manners of how much money one can give to become a leader. As you grow up and aspire to be one, help us to distance ourselves from this corruptly act called money manners. Otherwise, I wish you all the best that you can wish in your studies. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Leader Majority. I hope the Sergeant at Arms will guide the case accordingly. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Statement time. Next order.
Order number 8, bills. The Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026, County Assembly Bills number 2 of 2026, the second reading.
Honorable Setukum.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. May I request that the Kisumu County Protection Bill 2026, County Assembly Bill number 2 of 2026 be read for the second time.
Slack. Proceed, Clerk.
The Kisumu County Assembly, the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026, a bill for an act of the County Assembly of Kisumu to repeal the Kisumu County Education Funds Act number 8 of 2024 and the Kisumu County Education Funds Amendment Act number 6 of 2016 to establish the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund and for connected purposes is hereby read a second time.
Yes, Honorable Setukum.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Having read the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Bill 2026 for the second time, may I, with your permission, request that we convert to the committee of whole.
Honorable members, when such notice is made, there is no debate put, no question put. The House will convert the committee of the whole House. Honorable Karen, take the chair.
Honorable members, we are the second reading of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Bill, Fund Bill of 2026. We have the report that was read here from the public participation, and we want to go through the proposed amendments so that we can set the bill free to go for the third reading. And I want to refer us to our standing orders, number 126. That is the order that talks of the sequence to be observed on a bill in the committee. We can choose to go through clauses, schedules, or go apart. So do we go clause by clause? I want us to propose the manner in which we are going to consider the amendments. And I want to ask Honorable Seth, who is the sponsor of the bill, to make a proposal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I want to propose to the honorable members, if they agree, that we go the guillotine way. Guillotine, we shall do amendment using the parts in our standing. So I will read all the. Thank you so much, Sergeant Tam. I'll read all the amendments in each and every part, and then they'll be seconded, and then we'll allow members to debate, and then we shall put a vote on those amendments in those parts. And I want to ask the Honorable Bill Oliver to second my proposal.
Yes, Honorable Bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I second.
Honorable members, the Chair Education has proposed that we go the guillotine way, a proposal that has been seconded by Honorable Bailey. All in agreement? Or do we have a divergent view? Allow me put a question that may, as many are of the opinion that we go the guillotine way, say aye. May as many of the court of opinion say nay. The ayes have it, and we are going to go the guillotine way in considering the amendments. Honorable Seth. We start with part 1. Honorable Seth, that is clauses 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, in part 1 of the bill, we have proposed amendments in clause 4, and clause 6. And Madam Chair, these are the amendments. In clause 2, we amend as follows. A, the definition of persons with disability. In the definition of person with disability, by deleting the words 2003 into bracket number 14 of 2003 and substituting therefore with the word Act number 4 of 2025. Members, I believe we are all in clause 2. Then part B of the amendments, in the definition of resident in paragraph A, by deleting the words a national identity card or a passport indicating a physical address within Kisumu County and substituting therefore with the words national identity card, passport, or birth certificate, full stop. And in paragraph B, same clause, by deleting the word a certificate of ordinary residence issued by the relevant ward administrator upon approval by the ward committee and substituting therefore with the words a letter from the area chief, assistant chief of the area in which the applicant resides. And then the third amendment in clause 2 is by deleting paragraph C. Another amendment we are doing in clause 2 is in the definition of vulnerable students in paragraph A, by inserting the words using a means testing assessment tool prescribed by the committee, immediately after the words as assessed and before the words in accordance with the criteria prescribed by regulation. And in paragraph E, by deleting the word girl appearing before the word student. And in paragraph F, by deleting the word historically appearing before the words marginalized community. And another amendment in clause 2 is in the definition of simple majority, by inserting the following new definition immediately after the definition of scholarship and before the definition of social protection. And we are introducing a new definition of simple majority, and we are describing it as simple majority means more than half of the members present and voting in a meeting. Honourable members, clause 2 was further amended by deleting the words established under section 14 and substituting therefore with the word established under section 11. And 2, by deleting the words established under section 10 and substituting therefore with the words established under section 7. Part 3, by deleting the words appointed under section 22 and substituting therefore with the words appointed under section 21. Honourable members, but for in definition of education, in definition of education provision to paragraph E, clause 5.2a and clause 8.1c, that the bill be amended in each place by deleting the words entered into under section 8 of this act or in clause 52A, comma, the words in accordance with section 8 of this act and substituting therefore in reference to section 6 of this act. And remember section 6 being the clause under which the partnership agreements are provided for. Members, in definition of ward committee, that the bill be amended by deleting the word established under section 19 and substituting therefore with established under section 17. And lastly, in clause 2, by deleting the words pursuant to section 36 in clause 8(1)(d) and substituting therefore with the words pursuant to section 33. And remember section 33 being the clause on recovery of funds. Another amendment we are doing to part 1 of the bill is on clause 4. And that clause 4C be amended as follows. A, by deleting the words be had to appearing after the word shall and substituting therefore with the words be given to. B, by deleting the word historically appearing before the words marginalized communities. And C, by deleting the words at least 50% of all wards in each financial year at least 50% of all awards in each financial year shall be made to female students, and substituting therefore with the words the 2/3 gender rule principle shall be observed in the allocation of awards. And the final amendment in part 1 is on clause 6. And in clause 6, we are amending in the marginal heading by deleting the word intergovernmental and replacing with partnership. So the intergovernmental partnership agreement will just remain partnership agreements. And the reason, honorable members, why we are doing that amendment is because we believe the partnership we are going to have for this fund will go beyond just governments. We can do partnership with NGOs, we can do partnership with faith-based organizations, and any other organizations that are non-governmental. That's why we are just leaving it as partnership agreements. Honorable members, with those amendments, I want to request the Honorable Bill Oliver to second.
Yes, Honorable Bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I second.
Members, amendments have been made in part 1, and as the chair has read, that is in clauses 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Any contrary opinion? Do we have any other amendments coming from the floor? Those read are from the committee and from the public participation. Silence means none. I therefore want to put a question that may part 1, amendments made in part 1 as read form part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. May as many of the opinion say aye. May as many of that contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it, and part 1 now forms part. And part 1 as amended now forms part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. Part 2, Chair.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. In part 2, we only have amendments in clause 9 and 10. And in clause 9, we amended in 1B by deleting the word subject to the limitation of section 12 of this act and substituting therefore with the words subject to the limitation of section 10 of this act. In clause 10 was amended as follows: in subsection 1, by deleting the word of the total monies available in the fund at the commencement of the financial year, and substituting therefore with the words of the total fund disbursed by the fund in that financial year. By inserting following new paragraph. Thank you, Madam Chair. Being informed that the frequent we are trying the 6th one. Really. Chair, I was saying that in clause 10, in section 2, we were inserting a new paragraph immediately after paragraph D. Now we will name it. Read, such other costs incidental to the administration of the, including fund regulation review, bank charges, and lastly, by deleting the words under section 32 of this act and substituting therefore with the words under section 29 of this act. And I remember section 29 being the clause on allowance of committee members. And I want to ask the Honorable Bill Oliver to second those amendments.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I second.
Honorable members, there are proposed amendments in part 2, that is in clause 9 and 10, as read by the chair. Any further amendments? Any contrary opinion on the made amendments? Silence means none. Allow me put a question that part 2, as read, form part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. And may as many are of the opinion say aye. May as many of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. And part 2, as amended, now forms part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. Part 3, Chair.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. Part 3 seems to be having several amendments, and we are proposing amendments in clause 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. And Madam Chair, these are the amendments that we are proposing in part 3. Remember, I start with clause 11 and 11.2. A, in paragraph A, by deleting the word 7 years and substituting therefore with the words 5 years, and deleting the word governor and substituting therefore with the word county executive committee. That is clause 11.2A. Clause 11.2A, we are deleting the word 7 years and substituting with the words 5 years. So the experience of the chairperson should be 5 years. And deleting the word governor and substituting therefore with the words county executive committee member. So the appointment of the chairperson should be done by the CCM member. CCM member being in reference to what we have in the definitions. Part B, in paragraph D, no, the second amendment in paragraph D. Paragraph D, that is 2D, by deleting the word director and substituting therefore with the word chief officer. So we no longer have director responsible for social protection within the county. Now it will read the chief officer responsible for social protection within the county. In paragraph E, by deleting the word two appearing before the words persons, residents in the county, and substituting with the word 3 persons resident in the county, of whom not more than 2 shall be of the same gender. And in paragraph F, we are deleting the whole of paragraph F and substituting therefore with the following new paragraph. So F will be the county director. Paragraph F now will be the county director. We are removing 1 person nominated by a registered faith-based organization actively engaged in education in the county through a process prescribed by regulation and replacing with the county director. Then by inserting the following new subsection immediately after subsection 2, it will read 2A. So subsection 2A shall read, the members of the committee shall, at the first meeting of the committee, elect a vice chairperson from among the members appointed under paragraph E of subsection 2, who shall preside over meetings of the committee in the absence of the chairperson. Members 11.4, clause 11 part 4, we delete the word civilian appearing before the word members. We delete the word civilian appearing before the word members. So it shall be the appointed members referred to in paragraph A, E, and F. Subsection 2 shall each hold office for a single term of 4 years and shall be eligible for reappointment for one further final term of 4 years. Part B, by deleting the word 4 years wherever they appear and substituting therefore with the word 3 years, all members, the 4 years I've just read, that part reduces the term from 4 years to 3 years. So the amendment, so this will be the final amendment of subsection 4. The appointed members referred to in paragraph A, E, subsection 2 shall each hold office for a single term of 3 years and shall be eligible for reappointment for a further term, a further final term of 3 years. 11.6. We delete the words on the grounds specified in section 16 of this act and substituting therefore with the words on the grounds specified in section 13 of this act. Remember section 13 being the clause on vacation of office. So we are just making the right reference to the clauses. Clause 12, amendments in clause 12. We delete the word prescribed, and that is 12.1a. We delete the word prescribed under section 14.2 and substituting therefore with the word prescribed under section 11.2. Section 11, subsection 2. And in 12, section 12, 2D, by deleting the words disclosed in accordance with section 18 and substituting therefore with the words disclosed in accordance with section 14. Members, again, in that clause, we are just trying to make the right references to the clauses as they appear. In clause 13, clause 13(1)(c) was amended by deleting the words disqualified under section 15, subsection 2, and substituting therefore with the words disqualified under section 12, subsection 2. And then 13, part 4, by deleting the words in accordance with section 14 of this act and substituting therefore with the words in accordance with section 11 of the act, of this act. Again, honorable members, those amendments are just to make the right references to the sections of the act once passed. Amendments in clause 14. In clause 14, we are inserting the following new subsection immediately after subsection 6. And now it will be subsection 7. And it shall read, notwithstanding the provisions of these sections, the Conflict of Interest Act number 11 of 2025 shall prescribe the procedure and safeguards for the identification, disclosure, management of conflict of interest in the administration of the fund, including in respect of members of committees. Members, last amendment in clause 14, we delete the word procedure set out in section 16 and substituting therefore with the procedure set out in section 13. Clause 15 amendments. We start with subsection 1. So 15(1), by deleting paragraph B and G and renumbering the remaining paragraphs accordingly. So we will delete the provisions in paragraph B and G, which B talked about approve the annual budget of the fund, and G talked about approve the audited annual accounts of the fund, which is not a function of the committee. In subsection 1E of clause 15, by deleting the word in accordance with section 10 and substituting therefore with the words in accordance with section 8. And the last amendment in that section is in subsection 2 by deleting paragraphs A and B and renumbering the remaining paragraphs accordingly. Members, I will move to amendments in clause 16. And the amendment in clause 16, we start with 16(1), by deleting the word not fewer than 4 ordinary meetings and not more than 8 ordinary meetings, and substituting therefore with the words not fewer than 3 ordinary meetings and not more than 6 ordinary meetings. And that shall be the meeting of the county committee. In subsection 2 of clause 16, we shall insert a new subsection after subsection 2, and it shall read subsection 2A with the following words: written notice of every meeting of the committee, together with the agenda, shall be given to each member not less than 7 days before the date of the meeting, except in the case of a special meeting convened under subsection 2, for which not less than 48 hours notice shall be given. Clause 17, amendments. So 17 in paragraph B, 2B. We insert the word who shall be responsible for convening meetings of the ward committee, maintaining its records and coordinating correspondence between the ward committee and the fund administrator immediately after the word committee. Members, in this amendment, we are trying to describe the work of the ward administrator in the committee. And paragraph C shall be deleted completely in the amendments. 17(2)C shall be deleted. Then in paragraph D, by inserting the words including at least one parent of a student enrolled in a recognized institutions within the ward immediately after the word assembly. Then paragraph F to F, we delete the word county education coordinator and substituting therefore with the words ward ECD coordinator. Honorable members, we are trying to bring ward ECD coordinators into the ward committees. And lastly, the last amendment in clause 17 is insertion of a new subsection after subsection 2, and it shall be 2A, clause 17(2)A, and it shall read, the members of the ward committee shall, at the first meeting of the ward committee, elect a vice chairperson from among themselves who shall preside over meetings of the ward committee in the absence of the chairperson. Amendments to clause 18, and it's in 18(3). We are amending 18(3) by deleting the words conflict of interest provisions of section 17 and substituting therefore with the words conflict of interest provisions of section 14. Members, again, we are just trying to make the right reference of the section of this act. Amendments to clause 19, and the clause 19 is on functions of the ward committee, and our first amendment is on 19(1)B, and we are inserting the word for scholarships immediately after the word applicants. That is 19(1)A. 19(1)B, and then we insert the words prepare an assessment report in respect of each applicant immediately after the words prescribed by the committee. So we will read as follows. Conduct household verification visits to assess the eligibility and vulnerability of applicants for scholarships in accordance with the criteria prescribed by the committee and prepare an assessment report in respect of each applicant. Members, the other amendment in clause 19 is on 19(2), which we shall delete in entirety. So we shall not have 19(2). Members, the next amendment is on clause 20. And in clause 20, part 1, we are deleting the words not fewer than 3 ordinary meetings in each financial year and not more than 6 ordinary meetings and substituting therefore with the words not fewer than 4 ordinary meetings in each financial year and not more than 10 ordinary meetings. Honourable members, this is in respect to the ward committees, and we are trying to increase the number of committee meetings for the ward committees because we appreciate how much work they do during bursary verification and assessments before award. Another amendment in clause 20 is we are going to reintroduce, not reintroduce, but we are going to introduce a new subsection immediately after section 1, and it will read section 1A. And that new section shall read, written notice of every meeting of the ward committee, together with the agenda, shall be given to each member not less than 7 days before the date of the meeting, except in the case of special meetings, for which not less than 48 hours notice shall be given. Honorable members, I'm moving to clause 21 and 21 part 4G. We are amending 21 part 4G by deleting the existing paragraph and substituting therefore with the following new paragraph. So 4G, we shall delete what's in the proposed legislation and do a new one, and it shall read, G shall now read, in accordance with regulation 116.7 of the Public Finance Management Regulations 2015. Manage the accounts of the fund and prepare and submit financial statements. This is in respect to the fund administrator. Honorable members and Madam Chair, those being the amendments that were done on the part 3 of the proposed bill, and I want to request the Honorable Bill Oliver to second.
Yes, Honorable Billy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I second.
Honorable members, a number of amendments were made in part 3 as has been read by the chair. Do we have any contrary opinions? Silence means none. I want to put a question that amendments in part 3 as amended, as read by the chair, form part of the Kisumu County Education Fund Bill 2026. And may as many of that opinion say aye. May as many of the contrary opinion say nay. And part 3 as amended now forms part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. Part 4, Honorable Chair.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. In part 4, we are doing our first amendment in clause 23, 1A, and we are deleting the word section 25.1 and substituting therefore with the word section 22.1. Clause 24, we are amending by inserting the word form immediately after the word application. So it reads application form. In subsection 2, in the opening words, by inserting the word form immediately after the word application. And in subsection 2B, by inserting the words family report forms, result slips, and academic transcripts immediately after the words proof of enrollment from recognized educational institutions. Other members, in that section, we're just trying to include documents that can prove that a student is in school. In subsection 2C, but 4, by deleting the words a poverty assessment report from recognized government agency. The assessment of poverty having been assigned to the ward committee under clause 19. So we are deleting poverty assessment report. And part 6, by inserting the words burial permit or death certificate immediately after the words confirmation of orphan status from the relevant authority. And then part 7, by inserting a new paragraph immediately after paragraph C, and it shall read CA. The declaration required under paragraph E, duly signed, attached to, and forming part of the application form. I think this is the declaration form. And then part 8, by deleting paragraph D, and by 9, by deleting paragraph E and substituting therefore with the following new paragraph. So E shall read, a signed declaration confirming the truth and completeness of all information in the application, which declaration shall form part of the application form, and where the applicant is under the age of 18 years, shall be signed by the applicant's parent or guardian on behalf of the applicant. Clause 25. We are amending part 4 by deleting the word shall not be involved in the assessment or recommendation of the application, and substituting therefore with the words shall declare an interest and shall not participate in the assessment or recommendation of an application. Remember, this is in reference to ward committee members who have their relatives apply for bursary or scholarship. Section 26. Which is consideration of awards by the committee. So 26.1, we are deleting and substituting, we are deleting 1B and substituting therefore with the following new paragraph. So we shall delete 26.1B, the whole paragraph, and do a new paragraph, and it shall now read, approve or reject an award recommended by the ward committee, but shall not vary the amounts or terms of an award as so recommended, and where the committee considered that a variation is necessary, refer the application back to the ward committee for reconsideration. Honourable members, this is in reference to the county committee considering awards from the ward committees. 26, part 2A. We delete the word section 25 and 26 and substituting with the word section 22 and 23. Honourable members, we are just making the right reference to the sections of the Act once signed. Clause 27, amendments in clause 27. One, we are deleting the word under section 29 and substituting with the words under section 26. And other members, in subsection 1, we insert the following words immediately before the full stop. The full stop is after the ward committee. And it shall read, except that all bursary awardees shall be notified by way of publication of a list on the notice board at the office of the relevant ward administrator's office, while all scholarship awardees shall be notified individually in writing. Honourable members, just to explain, we expect that once the awards are out, we should notify the bursary applicants, and we expect that all bursary applicants can be posted or pasted in the walls of the administrator's office, but scholarship applicants, we should notify them using messages directly. Clause 27 is further amendment at 2C by deleting the words "and timelines of," and in subsection 3 by inserting the words "of scholarship" immediately after the word "referral." So clause 28. The amendments in clause 28, we start with part 1. We are deleting the words "within 30 days of approval or before commencement of relevant academic term," whichever is earlier. So we shall delete that whole section in clause 21(8). Clause 29. Clause 29 was amended by deleting the word "within the administrative expenses limit prescribed by section 12 of this act," and substituting therefore with the words "within the administrative expense limit prescribed in section 10 of the act." Again, honorable members, we are just making the right reference to the section of the act after the amendments. Madam Chair, those being the amendments in part 4, and I want to request the Honorable Bill Oliver to second.
Yes, Honorable Bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I second.
Honorable members, the committee has brought forth amendments as read by the chair in part 4. Do we have any contrary opinion or opinions on the said part? Silence means none. I'm therefore putting a question of adoption that part 4 as read, as amended by the committee and as read by the chair, form part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. May as many of the opinions say aye. May as many out of contrary opinions say nay. The ayes have it, and part 4 now forms part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. Part 5, Chair.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. In part 5, we have amendments in clause 30. And in clause 30, part 2, we are deleting the word "and frank." If you look at clause 30, part 2, it reads that a beneficiary shall make full and frank. So we are deleting the word "and frank." So it shall just read, a beneficiary shall make full disclosure to the ward committee of all financial support received from any source in relation to their education. Clause 32, part 2 was amended by deleting. Before I go to that, clause 31, part 2 was amended by deleting the word "under section 22(1)d" and substituting therefore with "under section 19(1)d." Members, we're just making reference to the right section of the act. Clause 31, 3C is amended by deleting the words "under section 35" and substituting therefore with the words "under section 32. Members, again, we're just making the right reference to the section of the act that applies to what we are talking about in 31(1)c, 31(3)c. Clause 32 is amended as follows. the marginal heading, in the marginal heading, by inserting the word scholarship immediately after the word of, so that it reads discontinuation of scholarship awards. So it's not just awards, but we are specific on scholarship only, because you cannot discontinue bursary, because bursary is a one-time funding. Then in section 32(1), by deleting the word bursary appearing before the words or in the opening word, so that the opening words read, the committee may discontinue scholarship award. 32(1)(a). We delete the word bursary appearing before the words or. Thank you, Madam Chair. Those being the amendments in part 5 of the bill, I want to ask my brother, the Honorable Bill Oliver Odhiambo, to second.
Thank you, Chair. I second.
Honorable members, amendments have been brought forth from the committee. That is in part 5 and has been read by the chair. Do we have any contrary opinions on the amendments? Silence means none. Allow me put a question of adoption that part 5 as amended form part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. May as many of that opinion say aye. May as many of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. And part 5 as amended now forms part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. Part 6, Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In part 6 of the bill, we have amendments in clause 35, and that is clause 35(3). And we are proposing deletion of clause 35(3) in its entirety. Members, the next amendment is in clause 36, and in clause 36(2), we are deleting that clause 36(2) was deleted and subsection 3 renumbered as subsection 2. So we are deleting 36 part 2, so in its entirety, and then the part 3 now will form part 2 of that clause. And Honorable Madam Chair, those being the amendments in part 6 of the proposed bill, I want to ask the Honorable Bill Oliver to second.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I second.
Honorable members, amendments have been read on part 6. Do we have any contrary opinions? Silence means none. I'm putting a question of adoption that may part 6 as read by the chair form part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. May as many of that opinion say aye. May as many of that contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it, and part 6 as amended now forms part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. Part 7, Chair.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. Part 7, we shall just delete clauses 37, 38, and 39. So in part 7 of the bill, we shall not have clauses 37, 38, and 39. Thank you, Madam Chair. I ask the Honorable Bill to second.
Thank you, Chair. I second.
Amendments have been read in part 7 by the Honorable Chair, seconded by Honorable Billy. Any contrary opinion on that part? Silence means none. Allow me put a question of adoption that part 7 as amended form part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. May as many of that opinion say aye. May as many of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it, and part 7 now forms part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. Part 9.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair. Chair, we do not have amendments in part 8, but there can be any amendments from the floor before I move to part 9.
Honorable Chair, I moved straight to part 9 because I didn't see any amendments in part 9. In part 8, that is on data protection and confidentiality, I want to allow the chair to proceed.
Chair, why I'm bringing it that way so that the House approves that it forms part of the bill. You know, all other amendments were appearing in all the parts except this one. So as you are mentioning that this particular part as amended, then it covers all that we didn't amend plus what we amended. But this one we didn't amend anything, so I'm humbly appealing that you allow the House if they have any. Or you put a question.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable members, I skip by the chair rightly put it that we need also to adopt part 7 as originally was in the parent bill, that we adopt or give our contrary opinions on the same part, that is on data protection and confidentiality. Do we have any contrary opinion on adopting part 8 as is in the original bill? None? Because we are all silent, I want to believe so. Allow me put a question of adoption that part 8 as is forms part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. And may as many of the opinions say aye. May as many of the contrary opinions say nay. The ayes have it, and part 8 now forms part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. Now,
thank you so much, Chair, for that. And Honorable Chair, part 9, we have amendment in clause 44(1)F. And we are amending 41(1)F by deleting the words contravenes section 45 into bracket confidentiality and substituting therefore with the words contravenes section 42 into bracket confidentiality. And Honorable Chair, the reason, and members, the reason why we are doing that is because section 42 of this act is what talks about confidentiality. At 9, we are also amending clause 46(1)C And we are amending by deleting the words prescribed by section 10(1)(a) and substituting therefore with the words prescribed in section 8(1)(a). Members, again, section 8(1)(a) is the clause prescribing minimum budgetary allocation to the fund. Thank you, Madam Chair. That being the amendments in part 9, I want to ask my brother, the Honorable Bill Oliver, to second.
Honorable Bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I second.
Honorable members, the committee has put forth the amendments in part 9. Do we have any contrary opinion on the amendments made on part 9? Allow me put a question of adoption that may part 9 as read or as amended form part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. May as many of the opinions say aye. May as many of the contrary opinions say nay. The ayes have it, and part 9 as amended now forms part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. Now, arrangement of clauses, Honorable Chair.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, members will appreciate, honorable members will appreciate that as we were doing those amendments, we were deleting some sections of the bill, and that created a necessity to do numbering. That is the arrangement we are doing on the clauses. Honorable members, the correspondence is as follows on the numbering. Clause 40, which is compliance with data protection, shall now become clause 37. Clause 41, which on the bill is right on data subjects, now comes clause 38. Clause 42, which is on confidentiality, is now clause 39. Clause 43, which is protection from personal liability, is now clause 40. Clause 44, which is on offenses, is now clause 41. Clause 45, which is power to make regulations, is now clause 42. Clause 46, which is winding up of the fund, is now clause 43. Clause 47, which is repeal, is now clause 44. And clause 48, which is savings and transitional provisions, is now clause 45. So we are moving from a bill that had 48 clauses and reducing it now to a bill with 45 clauses. Thank you so much, Madam Chair. With the arrangement of clause amendments, I want to ask my brother, the Honorable Bill, to second.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I second.
Honorable members, the amendments that were read and adopted by the House informed the need to rearrange the clauses and has been read by the Chair. And I want to put a question that the arrangement of clauses has been as read by the Chair that now reduces our clauses from 48 to 45 be adopted. Say aye. May as many of that contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. And the clauses as rearranged now form part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. We go to the title, Chair.
Chair, we do not have any amendments to the title of the bill, both the short title and the long title.
Honorable members, the committee and the public did not find any reason to change the title, both the long one and the short one, of the bill. Any contrary opinions? And I can see Honorable Pete is saying that he agrees. Honorable members. Thank you, Honorable Pete. Honorable members, I'm putting a question of adoption that the title of the bill, both the long and the short titles of the bill, as they are in the parent bill, form part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. May as many of that opinion say aye. May as many of that contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. And the title of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill remains as is and is now part of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. Chair, any further amendments?
Madam Chair, we don't have any further amendments. Should we get any further amendment, we shall do it on the third reading of the bill. Thank you.
Honorable members, any further divergent opinions? None? Honorable members, now the amendments in the bill have been adopted by the House, and that marks the end of the sitting of the Committee of the Whole House on the second reading of the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. Honorable Chair.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. Having finished with the amendments, I want to request that we convert to plenary.
Chair, Committee of All House, Honorable Nerea.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Fund Bill 2026. That is the Kisumu County Bill number 2 of 2026, and approved the same with the following amendments. Our members adopted the guillotine way of looking at the amendments. And Mr. Speaker, in clause 1, in part 1, amendments were made in clauses 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And in clause 2, clause 2 was amended as follows, Mr. Speaker. In the definition of persons with disability, by deleting the words 2003 and substituting therefore with the words Act number 4 of 2025. In part B, in the definition of resident, in paragraph A, by deleting the words a national identity card or passport indicating a physical address within Kisumu County, and substituting therefore with the words a national ID card, passport, or birth certificate. Part 2 of B, in paragraph B, that is by deleting the words a certificate of ordinary residence issued by the relevant ward administrator upon approval by the ward committee, and substituting therefore with the words a letter from the area chief or assistant chief of the area in which the applicant resides, and by deleting paragraph C. In C, in the definition of vulnerable student, that is in paragraph A, by inserting the words using a means testing assessment tool prescribed by the committee immediately after the words as assessed, and therefore and before the words in accordance with criteria prescribed by regulations. And in part 2, in paragraph E, by deleting the words girl appearing before the word student. And in part 3, in paragraph F, by deleting the word historically appearing before the words marginalized community. In D, amendment was made in the definition of simple majority by inserting the following definition immediately after the definition of scholarship and before the definition of social protection. Simple majority means more than half of the members present and voting at a meeting. In clause 2, Mr. Speaker, clause 2 was further amended by deleting the words established under section 14 and substituting therefore with the words established under section 11, deleting the words established under section 10 and substituting therefore with the words established under section 7, deleting the words appointed under section 22 and substituting therefore with the words appointed under section 21. In definition of education, provision to paragraph E, clause 5.2a and clause 8.1c, that the bill be amended in place by deleting the words entering into under section 8 of this act, or in clause 5.2a, the words in accordance with section 8 of this act, and substituting therefore as reference to section 6 of this act. In definition of ward committee, that the bill be amended by deleting the words established under section 19. I'm substituting therefore with the words established under section 17. Deleting the words pursuant to section 36 in clause 8.1d and substituting therefore with the words pursuant to section 33. In clause 4, amendments were made as follows. By deleting the words be had to appearing after the word shall, and substituting therefore with the words be given to. By deleting, that is in B, by deleting the words historically appearing before the words marginalized communities, and in C, by deleting the words at least 50% of all awards in each financial year shall be made to female students, and substituting therefore with the words 2/3 gender principle shall be observed in all allocations of awards. In clause 6, Mr. Speaker, amendments were made in the marginalized heading by deleting the word intragovernmental so that the heading reads partnership agreements, which amendments shall further cause consequential amendments to clause 2 and to clauses 5, 6, 7, 8, and 22, where the word intergovernmental so appears. Mr. Speaker, in part 2, amendments were made in clauses 10, 9, 10, 9 and 10, and in clause 9, amendment was made by deleting the word subject to the limitation in section 12 of this act, and substituting therefore with the word subject to limitation in section 10 of this act. In clause 10, amendments were made as follows. In section 1, by deleting words of the total monies available in the fund at the announcement of the financial year, at the commencement of the financial year, and substituting therefore the words of the total funds disbursed by the fund in the financial year. And B, in subsection 2, by inserting the following new paragraphs immediately after paragraph D. E, such other costs incidental to the administration of the fund, including fund regulations, regulatory review, bank charges, costs of meetings with awardees, and mobile money transaction charges. C, by deleting the words under section 32 of this act and substituting therefore with the words under section 29 of this act. In part 3, clauses 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 were amended, and 21 were amended. And in clause 11, Mr. Speaker, amendments were made as follows. In paragraph 11(2)(a), amendments were made by deleting the words 7 years and substituting therefore with the words 5 years, and deleting the word governor and substituting therefore with the words county executive committee member. 11(b), in paragraph D, by deleting the words director and substituting therefore with the words chief officer. C, in paragraph E, by deleting the word 2 appearing before the words persons resident in the county, I'm substituting therefore with the words 3 persons resident in the county, of whom not more than 2 shall be of the same gender. D, by deleting paragraph F and substituting therefore with the following paragraph F, that is the county director, by inserting the following new subsection immediately after subsection 2, which now becomes section 2A, that the members of the committee shall at the first meeting of the committee elect a vice chairperson from among the members appointed under paragraph E of subsection 2, who shall preside over meetings of the committee in the absence of the chairperson. F, that consequential to the foregoing, the composition of the committee under subsection 2 as amended shall read Roman 1 chairperson, Roman 2 chief officer education, Roman 3 chief officer finance, Roman 4 chief officer social protection, Roman 5 3 persons appointed by the CCM, Roman 6 the county director of education, and Roman 7 the fund administrator as non-voting secretary. And in 2, that is in 11(4), by deleting the word civilian appearing before the word members. 2, by deleting the words and F appearing after the words paragraphs, that is A, E, and by deleting the words 4 years, which which appear, and substituting therefore with the words 3 years. As amended, subsection 4 will thus read the appointed members referred to in paragraph A and E of the subsection 2 shall hold office for a single term of 3 years and shall be eligible for reappointment for one further and final term of 3 years. 3. In 11.6, by deleting the words on the ground specified in section 16 of this act and substituting therefore with the words on the ground specified in section 3.13 of this act. Clause 12 was amended as follows. In 12.1a, by deleting the words prescribed under section 14.2 and substituting therefore with the words prescribed under section 11.2. In 12.2d, by deleting the word disclosed in accordance with section 18 and substituting therefore with the words disclosed in accordance with section 14. Section 14 being, Mr. Speaker, the clause on conflict of interest. And in clause 13, amendments were made by deleting the word disqualified under section 15.2 and substituting therefore with the words disqualified under section 12.2, and also in section 13.4 by deleting the words in accordance with section 14 of this act and substituting therefore with the words in accordance with section 11 of this act. Amendments are also made, Mr. Speaker, in clause 14 by inserting the following new subsections immediately after subsection 6. And I read, Mr. Speaker, with notwithstanding the provision of this section, the Conflict of Interest Act number 11 of 2025 shall prescribe the procedures and safeguards for the identification, disclosure, and management of conflicts of interest in the administration of the fund, including respect of members of ward committees. And 2, deleting the words the procedure set out in section 16 and substituting therefore with the words the procedure set out in section 13. In clause 15, amendments were made in subsection 1 by deleting paragraphs B and G and renumbering the remaining paragraphs accordingly. And 2, in subsection 1E by deleting the words in accordance with section 10 and substituting therefore with the words in accordance with section 8. And finally, in subsection 2, by deleting paragraphs A and B and renumbering the remaining paragraphs accordingly. In clause 16, amendments were made by deleting 1, the words not fewer than 4 ordinary meetings and not more than 8 ordinary meetings, and substituting therefore with the words not fewer than 3 ordinary meetings and not more than 6 ordinary meetings. 2, by inserting the following new subsection immediately after subsection 2, now becomes subsection 2A. Written notice of every meeting of the committee, together with the agenda, shall be given to each member not less than 7 days before the date of the meeting, except in the case of a special meeting convened under subsection 2, for which not less than 48 hours notice shall be given. In clause 17, amendments were made as follows, Mr. Speaker. In paragraph B, by inserting the words, who shall be responsible for convening meetings of the ward committee, maintaining its records, and coordinating correspondence between the ward committee and the fund administrator, immediately after the words ward committee. And 2, by deleting paragraph C in its entirety. 3, in paragraph D, by inserting the words, including at least one parent of a student enrolled in a recognized educational institution within the ward immediately after the words assembly. And 4, in paragraph F, by deleting the words county education coordinator and substituting therefore with the words ward ECDE coordinator, and by inserting the following new subsections immediately after subsection 2. Number 1, no, it is 1, and that is now subsection 2A. The members of the ward committee shall, at first meeting of the ward committee, elect a vice chairperson from among themselves, who shall preside over meetings of the ward committee in the absence of the chairperson. In clause 18, amendment was made in clause 18.3 by deleting the words conflict of interest provisions of section 17 and substituting therefore with the words conflict of interest provisions of section 14. In clause 19, amendments were made as follows. One, by inserting the words for scholarship immediately after the word application, and by inserting the words and prepare an assessment report in respect of each applicant immediately after the words prescribed by the committee. And as amended by the paragraph B, will read, Mr. Speaker, that conduct household verification visits to assess the eligibility or vulnerability of applicants for the scholarship in accordance with the criteria prescribed by the committee, and prepare an assessment report in respect of each applicant. And two, in 19.2, by deleting the subsection 19.2 in entirety. Clause 20, Mr. Speaker, was amended as follows. In 21, by deleting the words not fewer than 3 ordinary meetings in each financial year, and not more than 6 ordinary meetings, and substituting therefore with the words not fewer than 4 ordinary meetings in each financial year, and not more than 10 ordinary meetings. And 2, by deleting the following new subsection immediately after subsection 1. By inserting the following, that is by creating a new subsection, that's subsection 1A, which will read, written notice of every meeting of the ward committee, together with the agenda, shall be given to each member not less than 7 days before the date of the meeting, except in the case of a special meeting, for which not less than 48 hours notice shall be given. In clause 21, amendment was made by deleting the existing paragraph and substituting therefore with the following new paragraph. That is, in accordance with regulation 116.7 of the Public Finance Management Regulation 2015, manage the accounts of the fund and prepare and submit financial statements. Mr. Speaker, amendments were also made in part 4 in clauses 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 29, Mr. Speaker. And in clause 23, amendment was made by deleting the word section 25.1 and substituting therefore with the words 22.1. In clause 24, an amendment was made in subsection 1 by inserting the word form immediately after the word application. 2, in subsection 2, in the opening word by inserting the word form immediately after the word application. 3, in subsection 2B, by inserting the words timely report forms, result slips, and academic transcripts immediately after the words proof of enrollment from a recognized educational institution. And in 4, in subsection 2C, by deleting the words poverty assessment report from a recognized government agency by by deleting the words poverty assessment report from a recognized government agency, the assessment of poverty having been assigned to the ward committee under clause 19, and B, by inserting the words a burial permit or death certificate immediately after the words confirmation of orphan status from the relevant authority, and C, by inserting the following new paragraph immediately after paragraph C. Now that becomes CA. The declaration required under paragraph E, duly signed, attached to, and forming part of the application form. And 5, in subsection 2D, by deleting paragraph D. 6, in paragraph 2E, by deleting paragraph E and substituting therefore with the following new paragraph. That is paragraph Now that is 2E, a signed declaration form, a signed declaration confirming the truth and completeness of all information in the application, which declaration shall form part of the application form, and where the applicant is under the age of 18, shall be signed by the applicant's parent or guardian on the applicant's behalf. And 25, in clause 25(4), by deleting the words shall not be involved in the assessment or recommendation of an application, and substituting therefore with the words shall declare an interest and shall not participate in the assessment of or recommendation of an application. And 26, clause 26 was amended, Mr. Speaker. That is clause 26 1B, by deleting and substituting therefore with the following new paragraph: approve or reject any award recommended by the ward committee, but shall not vary the amount or terms of an award as so recommended, and where the committee considers that a variation is necessary, refer the application back to the ward committee for consideration. In 26(2)A, by deleting the word section 25 and section 26 and substituting therefore with the word sections 22 and 23. In clause 27, amendments were made by deleting the words under section 29 and substituting therefore with the words under section 26. 2, in section 1, by deleting the following words immediately before the full stop, except that all bursary awardees shall be notified by way of publication of a list on the notice board at the office of the relevant ward committee, while all scholarship awardees shall be notified individually in writing. 3, in subsection 2C, by deleting the words and the timeline of, and in 5 and 4, in subsection 3, by inserting the words of scholarship immediately after the word deferral, so that the subsections read, a notification or rejection or deferral of a scholarship shall. In clause 28, amendments were made by deleting the words within 30 days of the approval or before commencement of the relevant academic term, whichever is earlier. 29, the amendment was made by deleting the words within the administrative expenses limit prescribed by section 12 of the Act, and substituting therefore with the words within the administrative expenses limit prescribed by section 10 of the Act. In part 5, Mr. Speaker, amendments were made in clauses 30, 31, 31, and 32. And in clause 30, amendments were made by deleting the words and frank. In 31, that is 31(2), an amendment was made by deleting the words under subsection 22(1)(d) and substituting therefore with the words under subsection 19(1)(d). In 33(c), amendment was made by deleting the words under section 35 and substituting therefore with the words under section 32, and section 32 being the clause of discontinuation of awards. In clause 32, amendments were made as follows. And 1, in the marginal heading of inserting the words scholarship immediately after the word of, so that it reads disqualification, discontinuation of scholarship awards. 2, in 32(1), by deleting the words bursary appearing before the word or in the opening words, so that the opening words read, the committee may discontinue a scholarship award if. Part 5, amendments were made in clauses 35 and 36, where clause 35 was completely deleted, 35(3) was deleted, In clause 36, the clause 36(2) was deleted and subsection 3 renumbered as subsection 2. In part 7, clauses 37, 38, and 39 were amended, were amended by deleting them completely, Mr. Speaker. There were no amendments in part 8. In part 9, clause 41F was amended by deleting the words contravene section 45, that is confidentiality, and substituting therefore with the words contravenes section 42. Clause 46(1)(c) was amended by deleting the words prescribed by section 10(1)(a) and substituting therefore with the words prescribed by section 8(1)(a). Mr. Speaker, the amendments as I have read, that is from part 1 to part 9, informed the necessity to rearrange the clauses, and the clauses 40 to 48 were renumbered as clauses 37 to 45 respectively, and that every cross-reference elsewhere in the bill to any of the clauses 40 to 48, including those corrected in part B above, be updated to the new numbering. The new correspondences is as follows, Mr. Speaker, that clause 40 compliance, that is compliance with the Data Protection Act, becomes clause 37. Clause 41, which is the rights of data subjects, becomes clause 38. Clause 42, which talks of confidentiality, becomes clause 39. Clause 43, which talks of protection and personal liability, becomes clause 40. Clause 44, which talks of offenses, becomes clause 41. Clause 45, which talks of power to make regulations, becomes 42. Clause 46, that is winding up of the fund, becomes clause 43. Clause 47, which is the repeal of the bill, becomes clause 44. And clause 48, which talks of savings and transitional provisions, becomes clause 45. Mr. Speaker, there were no amendments in the title, both the long and the short title. And Mr. Speaker, I report. I want to call upon the chair of the Education Committee, Honorable Seth Okumu, to second.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I rise to second the amendments. The Honorable Chair of the whole House captured all the amendments that we proposed at the committee level, and members agreed with them, so I second.
Honorable members, as per our standing order, I will move straight to putting a question. And I want to put that as many of the opinion that the report of the Committee of the Whole House on the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Bill 2026, County Assembly Bill number 2 of 2026, be adopted, say aye. As many of the contrary opinions say nay, the ayes have it, and the report of the Committee of the Whole House on the Kisumu County Education and Social Protection Bill 2026, County Assembly Bill number 2 of 2026, have been adopted today, Wednesday, the 19th of August, 2026 at 16:46 hours. And I want to direct that this report of these amendments are part of the bill. Honorable members, that one brings us to the end of the second reading, but there's an opportunity for any further amendment when the third reading comes. Next order.
Mr. Speaker and honorable members, the House has exhausted its business in today's order paper.
Members, you can be upstanding. Being no any other business in the order paper, the House stands adjourned until tomorrow, Thursday, the 20th of August, 2026 at 2:30 p.m.